Hello, everyone. I'm on my way to church, and I wanted to talk about self-care. Is self-care biblical? Absolutely. Jesus, we're created in His image, or in God's image, and God wants us to take care of ourselves. Our body is our temple. So therefore, we must take care of ourselves. We must eat right. We must exercise. We need to stay busy. We need to keep our mind clear and free of distractions and just Satan's doing. But I thought that was something important to address, because I believe that many of us, that's another way that Satan uses to attack us, is to, take us off our bodies. The temples, our temples that God, gave us. And also, when you're depressed, that's something I noticed at the worst of my depression. When I was depressed, Satan used that. And there was days I didn't want to take a bath. There was days I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to take care of myself. I ate what I wanted to. I drank what I wanted to, although I wasn't a drinker. But I done things that I knew I shouldn't be doing. But Satan had I shouldn't give him credit. I had allowed Satan to get into my mind. And it broke me down. And that's what it does. That's what depression does. It breaks you down. I was broken. And being broken, you don't care about anything. And I'm thankful that I listened to God. Actually, I'll tell you how I got back on track. I was going through a spell where I couldn't leave my house. I was terrified to go anywhere. And my son graduated in 2003, and it was around March. I started stressing out because I had to go to his graduation. There was no way on earth I was going to miss his graduation. So I was just like really stressed out. I was crying. I tried to go outside. There was days I couldn't even go outside my yard. So I was doing everything I could to be able to go outside. And finally, I turned on the TV one day and I started watching Joyce Meyer. And thank God for her, because it was like God, through her, God used her to witness to me and to convince me that I wasn't junk, that I was worthy of good things. I was worthy of what God had in store for me. And at that time, I was like, I'm nobody. Why would God want to instill anything inside of me? Why would He want to use me when I'm so broken that I can't even take care of my own family, much less myself? So, God, He really used her and spoke to me through her. And the closer it got, I remember around the first week of May, I was like, I'm still not doing it. Lord, I need your help. So it was like, as soon as I voiced that, and that's important too, always voice things. So as soon as I voiced that to God in an audible tone, my dad called. And he was telling me, Jennifer, I've been thinking about you, and I think you need to go to my doctor. I've talked to my doctor about you, and I think my doctor can help you. So I was like, you think so? And he's like, yeah. And by that time, I'd not been to the doctor or anything because I couldn't go anywhere. So I called and made an appointment. And it was like a few days later. It was on a Friday. I got in the car to go to my appointment. And I remember looking at my husband and telling him, I don't care what kind of fits I pitch. Do not stop until you get me in that doctor's office. And he was okay. And I remember, just as plain as day, on the way there, I just started panicking and just freaking out. I got into the floorboard of my car and I was praying. And my husband looked at me and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have faith. I'm praying." And he said something. I remember he said something about faith. And I looked at him and I remember saying, "That's all I have. And that's all I need." So I made it to, fast forward, I made it to the doctor. The doctor made me his last appointment so he could spend more time with me. And he was so good, so genuine, the best doctor I've ever went to. So we talked for a good while, and he put me on some medicine. And he done this was all God. He gave me his personal cell phone number and said, "If you have trouble over the weekend, call me." I said, "Okay." So I left with the hope of Jesus. I left the doctor's office with the hope of Jesus. And I got there that night. Everything was going good. I took the medicine right then, right when I got it. And I remember it was like a couple hours later, I got real anxious. I was like freaking out, and what it was getting in my system, and I wasn't used to it. It was working. So he gave me, I flipped out and I called him, and he said, "I gave you some more medicine." He said, "Have you taken any?" I said, "No, I don't know what it is." And he was telling me it was a lorazepam. He said, "Take one." And I'm like, "I'm scared to take medicine." He said, "Take one." He says, "You need it." He says, "At first you're going to need it to get your body used to the medicine." So I did. And sure enough, it helped. But, Satan convinced me I was no good. He used the people I loved against me to convince me that I was no good. I still struggle. That's been since 2003. I still struggle with that. But I know it's a lie. Satan's a liar. He came here to kill and destroy. And I believe that. But I'm here at church. It's time for church. I'm just so blessed to be able to be here. I haven't been able to come lately because of my pain and just my anxiety, and I just felt really bad. But I'm blessed and thankful to be able to be here. So I love y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. It's such a blessing. Just love, A lot of people say, we shouldn't do holidays and stuff, but Valentine's Day, to me, that's just a holiday of love, a holiday of Jesus. It's a day for us to show each other we love each other, and we don't have to buy each other anything, we don't have to do anything, but just to open our hearts up and show that unconditional love to each other. That is so important. But I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going in here and I'm gonna have me some fun getting my Jesus on, and I'm looking so forward to this. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that little bell. Bye.